Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today we're going to be installing a custom carbon fiber steering wheel onto my Hummer H3. Now, a lot of you guys out there may not even know this, but there's actually a number of shops out there that specialize in making custom steering wheels. So basically they can make a steering wheel for whatever vehicle you want, including the H3. I'll get into those specific details later on. First, let's go ahead and unbox my steering wheel, and then we can install it onto the H3. So I thought I would highlight the unboxing experience because every part of this is just high quality. So let's open this up. And you actually do get a steering wheel cover that you can use. If you take a look at this one, the lettering of the company, AZA, or AZA Auto Wheel, is actually stitched into the cover. So you can continue to use this cover here if you want to, if you go long periods of time without using your vehicle, just to keep your brand new steering wheel well protected. But not only do you get a steering wheel cover, they also send you a business card with their stamped name on it in leather. Now, this is one of those things that they didn't have to do, but it's clear they take pride in their work. They want to show it off, even though most people are just going to throw this out. Now, the very first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery so you don't have the airbag accidentally going off in your face. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it, leave it here for like 10 minutes, just in case there's any residual charge or any capacitors that are still charged up a little. Go ahead and remove the terminals. Perfect. Now that we gave it a couple minutes, we can go ahead and remove the airbag. Now, in order to remove this, there are 4 clips behind here. So there's one here, and same on the other side. And basically what we're going to end up doing is taking a flathead and sticking it into this little hole back here. And that's how we're going to unclip this. Now, technically you can lock the steering wheel, but unfortunately you need a specific GM tool to do that. And unfortunately I don't have it. You guys are probably not going to have it. So I'm going to skip that. I should be fine without it. But if you guys do have the tool, if you come underneath here, you'll actually see that there is a small hole right there. And basically what you do is stick that GM tool in there and it will lock the steering wheel for you. Give this a try. I'm guessing this is not going to be easy. And you can't really see what you're doing here. So stick a flathead behind here. Oh, heard something. Oh. Okay, that was actually much easier than I thought. I've seen some other guys remove this, and for whatever reason, theirs didn't come out. Now to remove our 2 clips right here, and then plus we have a ground right here. All right. Now these, 1, 2. Now our airbag is free. Now we got to take off the steering wheel nut, so I'm going to try to hold the steering wheel as still as possible while using an impact so I don't end up twisting the wheel. And that came right off, still straight. And now we got to try to get this off. Oh, there we go. Now we'll be very careful when putting it back on, try to put it in the same place. Before we could put on our new steering wheel, we have to transfer the old piece of plastic behind here onto our new one right here in the threaded holes, and then we'll be able to put it on. To unscrew both of these, you just need a T20. Now that the cover's off, you can kind of see how you have to get in here with the screwdriver. Come in here, just push that, and then eventually it will release. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I've seen it a lot worse trying to get this off, but this came off pretty easy. Let's set the cover on. Now let's put on the wheel, on our accessories through here. Just like that. I believe that's straight. Now let's put back on our nut, screw it on, and then I'll use a smaller impact. Now I'm going to go ahead and torque this to spec. The proper torque spec is actually 26 foot-pounds. I want to torque this down correctly to make sure the wheel doesn't fall off. And it doesn't really matter if the steering wheel moves because it's back on here. It was only when the steering wheel actually came off did it matter. There we go. That's it. Not a whole lot. When I originally took this off, I thought it was going to be a lot harder, so I used a bigger impact, but that thing came right off. I didn't know if it would be rusted on there. And then now, just time for our airbag. Click, click, And then now we should be able to just click this back into place. Oop, heard the click. And it's installed. And wow, here it is. Fully installed. Now just to reconnect the battery. Battery hooked up, and now we're good. Now I'm taking the truck for a drive, testing out the new steering wheel, and I'm just really loving this thing. It just looks amazing. So in this position, you kind of have a natural contour to put your thumbs in right here. That's really nice how they designed that. And then you got these little bumps right here, you know, because it's a racing style steering wheel. So when you're ready to do something intense, you can grip onto here really tight and you'll be locked in, ready to go. And then of course you got the 12 o'clock position there. So when you're doing racing stuff, you know where the middle is right there. And I also kind of really love this carbon fiber bottom right here. It actually makes it very smooth down here. So when you're turning, it's actually just a little bit more slippery than the leather. So it makes it easy to turn. Just for example, I'll go ahead and throw it into reverse and it spins a lot easier. Kind of a nice little bonus down there. And you're good to go. Now that we got the steering wheel installed, I wanted to go over why the steering wheel is so expensive to begin with. The reason why it's so expensive is that it is actually a custom made-to-order product. So this is not a mass-produced item coming from China. These are hand-built by a specialty shop that works on these exclusively. They know what they're doing, and they customize every single order. So no two steering wheels are alike, unless you want it that way. So for instance, let's break down all the custom specifications on my steering wheel. In the middle and on the top, we actually have the steering wheel wrapped in leather. Another option for materials is Alcantara, if you want that. Also on here, we have white leather stitching for an accent. And then at the 12 o'clock position, we have this little 12 o'clock marker, and it is a white color. Again, you can make it whatever color you want. And then on the bottom here, we have carbon fiber. So again, when you go to order this, you can pick out whatever you want. I've actually seen another H3 steering wheel that has yellow in the middle, which is kind of cool if you have a yellow H3. So there's a lot of different specifications that you could pick out for your H3. Now again, the specific steering wheel comes from Asa Auto Wheel. Funny enough, they're actually based out of Ukraine. The only downside to ordering from them is that there is $200 shipping because they're shipping internationally. So this steering wheel should actually be $1,200, but it is $1,400 due to shipping. But if you're still interested, go ahead and check out their website. You can actually see previous steering wheels they made, such as this one right here. Like this is literally on the website. You can see this, and so is the yellow one. So if you want to get some ideas for different steering wheels, they have a bunch of them on there for you to go through. There's also some H2 ones on there, so if you want to get some ideas, if you don't know what you want. From my knowledge, I believe that Asa Auto Wheel is the first company out there to sell custom steering wheels for the H3. There's a lot of other companies out there that can make you a steering wheel, but they're actually the first one that I've seen online that has made one. Now, something interesting I should note is that $1,400 for a custom steering wheel is actually the beginning price. A lot of them actually go into the 2000s, and some of the highest ones actually go into the $3,000-$4,000 range on newer Mercedes and BMWs. Those get expensive. So all that considering, $1,400 is actually on the cheaper end of things, surprisingly enough. But then again, I could see why this one is cheaper. It's just because there's not as many intricacies with it. There's no steering wheel controls on it or any special electronics they're adding. They are just doing custom materials, no electronics or anything like that. So yeah, I got this very expensive steering wheel now, and I'm gonna take it off-road. Maybe I'll just keep on the cover while I'm going off-road to keep it nice. All right, and that's everything. Overall, the look of this new steering wheel is amazing. It's just so high quality. Now, I know this thing is expensive, $1,400, and for that reason, I think a lot of people shouldn't actually buy it since it's so expensive. Especially if you're doing an off-road build, this is probably not something you're gonna want. If you just daily drive your H3, you don't take it off-road, and you just kind of have a street build that you're doing, I could see possibly buying one of these. But if you're starting an H3 off-road build, I would skip on this. It's definitely more of a want than a need. I myself actually didn't pay the full price for this steering wheel. I actually got it for $700 because another H3 owner actually bought it, was going to install it on their truck, but then they ended up never doing it. They ended up selling their H3, so then they just put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw it and bought it. Yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts on that. Again, shout out to AZA or AZA Auto Wheel. It's definitely a cool steering wheel, so if you do want one of these, you can go either to their eBay store or on their website, and you could spec out a custom one. It doesn't have to be this exact one. You can get whatever colors or anything like that you want, any materials, stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later.